Giannis Antetokounmpo has been taking shots at James Harden in the media recently, and to be honest, it's kind of hilarious. The first one was during the All-Star draft.
All right, Giannis.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is a tough one. I'm between Kemba and Trae Young.
Wait, you
But I
don't
gotta
want
go-
you don't want the dribbler?
I want somebody that's gonna pass the ball. That's what I want.
Then, after the All-Star game, Giannis was asked about his team's strategy.
Offensively, we were just trying to, find whoever, James Harden was guarding. That's who we thought we're gonna have the opportunity to score on. And obviously, you cannot go wrong. Kemba, Kyle, Joel, me, Siakam, everybody's great players. Whoever has the ball, he's gonna make a play for, the guy next to him, and it's gonna be good because, we all have great players.
He's not even trying to hide it. That is straight up disrespect. But is it fair for Giannis to call out James Harden like this? And why the hell is he taking shots at the beard anyway? And I need you guys to let me know down there in the comments, do you think I'm taking this a little bit too seriously? Or am I right to make the claims I'm about to make in this video? Hey guys, it's Casey Kiernan, host of the AM Hoops YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this channel and for subscribing. You guys have put this channel at 25,000 subscribers just since the season started, and I am so grateful. If you haven't subscribed, do so for 5 quality NBA videos, Monday through Friday, dropping at 6 Eastern. Also, hit me up on Twitter at Casey Kiernan and say what up on IG at AM Hoops. Now, at first, before you know the backstory, it's kind of confusing. Why is Giannis randomly calling out James Harden? It just looks mean. Harden's not even there to defend himself while Giannis is saying these things. And they're not even in the same conference, and it's not like they play each other a ton. There was no big fight on the court between Harden and Giannis, similar to Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns. So what's up? Well, I can tell you it's not from that game last year where Giannis absolutely drilled James Harden in the head with a pass, which also was kind of funny.
Hell no, I didn't see it coming. It hurt.
No. Even though that hurt, this beef comes from last year's MVP race. It was super close. Only Giannis and Harden even received first place votes. Giannis led the Bucks, of course, to the best record in the NBA, top 10 in points, rebounds, blocks, PER. James Harden was the reigning MVP and was historic offensively. He ripped off 32 straight 30-plus point games, the best streak since Wilt Chamberlain in 1962. For the year, Harden averaged the most points since Michael Jordan at just over 36 per game. Many thought Harden should win the award, but Giannis won instead. The final votes, in fact, were 78 first-place votes for Giannis to just 23 for James Harden, and it meant a lot to Giannis.
I want to thank my amazing brothers. I love you guys, man.
All right, so that MVP speech is underrated, first of all, and it was awesome. But Giannis winning MVP meant a lot to James Harden, too, for all the wrong reasons. In fact, this comment by Harden is rumored to be what set Giannis off.
I was pissed off when the MVP went down. And they didn't give it I swear to God, I turned my TV off and I said, it's politics, man. I know you probably don't get involved. Man, I was hot.
But I think the same way you think.
I was hot, man. I was like, how this man just had a historic year.
One for the books. Even when I'm going,
yeah.
Even when I'm going, they're gonna talk about it. But it's not.
Did you get hot? Were you mad during that?
It's out of my control. I think once the media they create a narrative about somebody from the beginning of the year, I think they just take that narrative and then run with it the entire year. Like,
yeah.
I don't even want to get into the details, but
yeah,
all I can do is control what I can do, and I went out there and did what I was supposed to do at a high level. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
A season probably, it's only a few other seasons that anybody's ever done that before. So
dude, every night on ESPN they were saying, "Oh, he just did this record.
Yeah, I think
he won this record.
And people
30 in a row."
People were tuned in on to how many points that I was going to score the next game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a thing.
Okay, so the thing about that comment is, instead of just limiting his opinions to himself and his accomplishments the year before, Harden is commenting on the year that Giannis had. Harden said the media start a narrative about a person and run with it the whole year. AKA, Giannis didn't really earn the MVP, it was just the media making up their minds early in the season. And I can see why that would piss Giannis off. And had Harden come out and just talked about himself, like I get that. Like you're on a radio show, they're talking about MVP, were you disappointed? Yes, I was disappointed. I feel like I was worthy of the MVP. That's one thing. But for Harden to come out and talk about someone else's year and basically insinuate that he didn't deserve the award, that is crossing the line, and at this point, Giannis just does not care. He's proving a point on the court this year that he wants to win MVP back-to-back, and with those comments about Harden, let's break down what Giannis is really saying here.
I'm between Kemba and Trae Young.
Wait, you
But I gotta go.
You don't want the dribbler?
I want somebody that's gonna pass the ball. That's what I want.
Okay, so what I hear is clearly a comment about the way that Harden plays basketball. Giannis is saying, basically, he doesn't make his teammates better, and that's a big part of being most valuable. Now, about that second clip.
Offensively, we were just trying to, find whoever, James Harden was guarding. That's who we thought we were going to have the opportunity to score on.
And that one is obviously about James Harden's defense. Giannis is basically saying, look, Harden, unlike myself, is a one-way player. So let's look at these claims. Yes, it is true that the Rockets sometimes look like Harden dribbling and a bunch of guys standing around called teammates. It's no secret that Houston plays more isolation than anyone. They don't have a pretty ball movement offense like the Golden State Warriors. Harden actually responded to that comment a week ago to GQ. Quote, so you look at Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan. They ISO'd, right? Tim Duncan and Shaq were big men, so they ISO'd in the post. It's the same thing as ISOing on the wing. The object is to draw a double team, create an opportunity for your teammates, and get them an open shot. Well, my ISOs are at the top of the floor, and now we get double teams, triple teams, and all different types of defenses to be able to try to guard us. Well, it's the same thing. We're at the top of the floor for the ISOs. I get a double team and I swing it, we get an open shot. When Tim Duncan posted up, they double teamed him, he kicked it out, swing, open threes to his teammate. Oh, that's good offense. Well, it's the same thing. And that's a great point by James Harden. You get what he's saying, but the other side will say that's not how they play basketball anymore, get with the times. But the fact is, he does create opportunities for his teammates. It's why he's top 10 in total assists this year. He's been top 5 in total assists the last 3 years. He was first in assists in 2016-17. Now, what about the defense claim? Well, that's an old narrative that the beard is bad defensively, and it's actually hilarious that Giannis could be mad at James Harden for claiming a narrative in the MVP race, and then he turns around and references the narrative that Harden is bad on defense. Now, I'm not saying that Harden is Kawhi Leonard here, but these numbers do make you think. He's averaging 2.2 defensive win shares, tied with Jimmy Butler. His defensive field goal percentage is 43.8%. That is second best on the Rockets. And Harden's a good post defender, believe it or not. It was true that Harden didn't try on defense a few years ago, but he picked that up in his MVP season. But even though I backed up my arguments there with those numbers, I guarantee you there are people in the comments right now saying that they agree with Giannis that James Harden doesn't make his teammates better and that he is horrible on defense. And to those people, I would say, who cares? It's not like Giannis had to come out and throw shade at James Harden. You already won the MVP. Argument over. I mean, it doesn't matter if Harden is salty about it. Giannis is already the winner here. The media clearly thought so, or else he wouldn't have won the trophy. And the fans think so too. They are on Giannis' side. It was called Team Giannis because he got the second most All-Star votes. It's a popularity contest, and people love Giannis. Now, I could see if Harden's comments had created some sort of new theory that Giannis' MVP was tainted by some media narrative. But I don't see that at all. People are not talking like that. All I see is a beast on the court getting even better and validating his MVP. To me, this is just mean-spirited by Giannis. This is not who we want him to turn into. Comments like these remind me of Kevin Durant. He's disgruntled. He listens for any criticism. He responds to every critic in a really insecure way. What we love about Giannis is that he's super talented, he's got an amazing story coming from the streets of Greece, and he's a really likable guy. Look, maybe I'm taking this a little bit too seriously, and maybe Giannis was just having fun, or maybe this is an inside joke between him and James Harden, Or maybe he's using that to make himself better, to motivate him like so many athletes do. But to me, if he wasn't joking, it was not fair for Giannis to call out James Harden like this. And I really hope this is not who the Greek Freak is turning into. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.